All right, Shalom. This is Gamal Yala, Great Millstone, Atlanta. Want to give our praises to Yahweh Bashmi Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom. To all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, now it's a quick lesson, and I had a title for it. Basically, rooted. I'm gonna name it "Rooted in the Doctrine." You know, be rooted in the doctrine. All right, and of course, well, if you're keeping up with, what happens amongst the body and what happens amongst Israel. There was an individual that basically has recently, and his name is without mention, but because it's irrelevant to point him out, but individual basically has recently resigned, and he had issues with it. Come to find out, he had issues with the doctrine, and now of course he's just the most recent person, but I mean this has been a thing this has been a thing going on for years, going back to the old school. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm just going to edify on, I'm not going to directly get on this guy because it's really not even about him, but Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Now, you want to be rooted in the doctrine, all right? And, before you join something, before you actually fully join something, you need to make sure that you agree with it entirely. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? With any belief system, if there are certain things you don't agree on, then you're just gonna there's a term called cognitive dissonance. You're gonna be cognitively dissonant, and you're going to have a war inside your mind to where you feel like, it's just going to be that battle in your mind where you're unsure about if you made the right decision joining said particular group, and hey, don't even waste your time, if you aren't that's like joining a basketball team, but you don't like the coach. You got an issue with the coach. Well, don't fucking play. Go join another team, or go play. Go play in the park. Do your own thing, or whatever the case may be. Any really really damn near any group of people where they have a doctrine or beliefs or whatever. Let's say you go to church and the pastor is you don't agree with what the pastor said. I don't agree with that. Well, but why do you keep going to the church? All right, so this is Colossians 2 and 6. It says, as ye have therefore received Yahushai HaMashiach, the Lord, so walk ye in him. Okay? So we got to walk in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which the Lord has set up a structure and a group, okay, that he deals with, and is necessary and is pivotal to one of the it is helpful to your salvation, because these men are we're all vetted in the scriptures. We all push each other to be better. We all edify one another. We correct, rebuke, and all these things, man. And we teach order. So verse 7, it says, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Yeah, so you should be growing, okay? You should be rooted and built up, established. If you're established in something, you're not going to go, like, let's say you're an expert, I don't know, musician, right? But then, you're, let's say you're an expert musician, but like, you're going back to see that, a lot of your, instructors teaching, or a lot of your instructors' music, it was off. Well, just go play your own instrument. You know what I'm saying? You were never established. That's the point that I'm making, is you were never established. Okay? See, this thing requires that you be fully invested. There is, like the scripture says, you let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. Another one, you cannot be lukewarm. So you can't be hot or cold. You can't take one thing and say, well, I believe in this, but then the other thing you're saying, well, no, I don't believe in that. Well, no, if one aspect is off, it throws everything off, throws everything completely out of order. Like Apostle Gabar made a good analogy, which is, if you're getting directions from someone and they give you one wrong turn, that one wrong turn will lead you astray. It'll have you lost. Okay? That's the importance of being established and rooted. Okay, it says, verse 8, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of this world, and not after Yahushua HaMashiach. Yeah, because you have a lot of people that catch spirits, and they're spoiling you through philosophy and vain deceit, and not after Yahushua. Okay, so that's pretty much the point on that. Now let's get matter of fact, let's get this. Here it is. Acts 2:42, it says, and they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking in bread and in prayers. Okay? So it says they continued in the apostles' doctrine. And that's what you want to do. That's what you ought to be doing, is continuing in the doctrine. If it's something that you don't understand right now, then if you have the spirit of humility, then you'll just say, well, hey, maybe it's something that I don't understand yet. So I'll just let the spirit, give the spirit time to clarify it. Give me clarity on that particular subject. You know what I'm saying? And, based off of when you get your understanding, either you're going to agree or disagree. But if you disagree, then don't even come back around. What sense does it make to even be around people who are saying things that you disagree with? It makes zero sense. And it also is cowardly, because you should speak up, you know? It says, let's see. All right, let's get this. For 2 John and 1 and 9, it says, whosoever transgresses and abideth not in the doctrine of Yahushua hath not the Most High. He that abideth in the doctrine of Yahushua, he hath both the Father and the Son. Yeah, so in order to get to the Heavenly Father, you have to go through Yahushua, which Yahushua made that very clear several times in the scriptures, right? What it says, you know, you got to abide in the doctrine of Yahweh Shem Shai. And this is the true doctrine. This is it. Okay? And, one thing I always say, one thing that gives me surety as far as the apostles' doctrine and things like that is, I've been watching the apostles, for over 10 years, or about roughly 10 years or so, and I've never seen them lose a debate. I'm talking about going back to 34th and 7th videos. I've never seen as many people as have tried to come up and challenge the truth. And we're talking thousands, hundreds, probably hundreds of thousands of people. Or I'll say thousands, tens of thousands of people have come up and, definitely heard the truth. But, even you have people that have contested, and everyone was confounded. All right. Everyone that I've seen, I've never seen brothers in Great Millstone ever lose a debate. I haven't, I haven't seen that. Or, just get stumped, just get stumped on the subject. Like, oh, well, we didn't see that in the Bible. Oh, yeah, you're right. I never seen that. So this got to be the truth, But ultimately, everything is just about faith. If you have faith, then you're going to believe that this is the doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yoshai, and you're going to believe that these men that are that are set forth as our elders and apostles are those men of the Lord. And, we respect our elders, and with high esteem, because, we entered into their labors. So whatever, whatever things they may have said, or whatever, hey, I mean, that's the spirit. Really, Yahweh Shem Yoshai is speaking through those men, okay? But the thing is, a lot of men get offended because they're either thinking from a lens of the Western world or America and reputation. What about our reputation? What the hell with our reputation, man? Scriptures say I just blanked out, but the scriptures say that men, basically the prophets, are without honor, and people didn't like the prophets. Okay, when you go into history, you go into the scriptures, people didn't like the prophets, okay? And they put a lot of prophets to death, all right? Let's see, get a couple more, maybe one or two more. Let's get this one. Mark 4 and 5, it says, actually, yeah. Okay, here it is. Mark 4 and 5, it says, and it came to 4 and 4. And it came to pass as he sowed, some fell. 3. Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow. And it came to pass as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and fowls of the air came and devoured it up. And some fell on stony ground, where they had not much earth. And it sprang up immediately, because it had no depth of earth. And that's what it means to be rooted. Okay, you got to be completely rooted in this thing. Because, if you're not, you're going to be, 9 times out of 10, you're not of the elect. 10 times out of 10, you're not the elect if you're not rooted. All right, because you're going to get offended at every little thing. And you're going to have a lot of issues, a lot of, doubting, doubts and different things of that nature. Because you ain't really sold on this thing, man. All right, it says, and some fell on stony ground, where it had not much earth, and immediately it sprang up, because it had no depthness of earth. Okay, but when the sun was up, it was scorched, and because it had no root, it withered away. All right, and some fell among thorns. That's pretty much the point on that. But yeah, withered away. The fruit, the seeds, withered away. Or the plants, All right, because they had no depthness of earth. So, that's pretty much the point. But yeah, in these times, especially with, even with the Passover coming up, hey, we got to be completely rooted in this thing. If you have any questions with the doctrine, we're willing, as leaders of Great Millstone, men are set up to edify you, and to give you clarity on different subjects. So, if it's a situation where you don't agree with certain things, just ask questions, if you get understanding on it and maybe you don't agree, then, hey, you can do your own thing. Simple. Nobody's putting a gun to your head, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, with that, I'll end up by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahshua, Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.